Since I was a child, I have loved baking. I've loved experimenting with food and tasting and trying out new recipes. And all my recipes are all over the place. Some are on sticky notes, some are in my phone app, some are on random sheets of paper. And I thought it was finally time to make my own recipe book. So I got this binder from Tesco and I wrote out in paint in my sketchbook my recipe, and I'm going to put that onto the cover. So I was debating whether I would make my journal in like a sketchbook or in a notebook or in a folder, and I decided I'd put it in a folder because I wanted to be able to laminate my recipes, because I want to be able to easily take them out of the folder, the one I'm using at the moment, and have it like out while I'm cooking and put it back. And I just think if I have it laminated, then I'm not going to get stains and anything. So I have all different categories for my table of contents. So I wanted to draw out little illustrations for each of them. So I have bakery, starters, soups, mains, desserts, salads, drinks, and sauces. So I have 8. So I got these dividers and I said I'd put like a picture of each category on the front. And I kind of wanted it to be about A5 in size. So I have large A2 paper. Kind of thick. I wouldn't call it card, but it's not. It's like cartridge paper. It's quite heavy, and I just cut up all the different sections. I found that like sketching out all my ideas first really helped, rather than just trying to go straight on to the A5 pages. And yeah, then I kind of measured. I eyeballed where I would put it in the center based on all the like holes at the sides, the hole punches. So the first one, bakery. I kind of decided I'd have like a slight colour scheme. So I have this kind of natural kind of brown colour because I thought that'd be like breads and stuff. So this is my first category, and I just drew some simple like wheat grains as a nice decoration. And then I also had a box with bread. I was kind of thinking like French going out at noon to buy some large rolls, large baguettes, and I quite like this kind of loose style. Again, you obviously don't have to hand illustrate your ideas. You could simply print off pictures if you wanted, or you could even look in like magazines and you could get cutouts, or you could literally just have like writing as the headings. I just think having them sectioned will make it a lot easier to find my recipes. I just like everything being perfectly organized from the start, because I'm like, if you're going to do something, you may as well do it right. So then for starters, I drew out kind of like a cheese board. I literally had a cheese board with my brother last night and it was unbelievable. It was so good. I know this isn't necessarily baking or cooking, it's more assembling, but I do think it's nice to even have these recipes, ideas on hand for if I'm ever like hosting, which I hopefully will be in the future when I have my own house, or you know, like having parties and stuff, that you can be like, oh my god, I can go to my cookbook if you can't think of any ideas, and that there's a bunch of different ideas there. When I was drawing this soup, I thought it'd be nice to have like steam coming out the top, and then when I looked back at the video, I was like, does it look weird? But anyway, I'm going with it. I'm on to salads now, and I really like this green paint. I don't know if I mentioned, but I've been using gouache paint to write out the lettering. Obviously you could use marker, you could use pencil, you could use whatever you want. I just kind of like writing with paint, and I like that it gives it this kind of softness, where sometimes markers can be a bit heavy, but that's just me personally. And I also added like a little detail at the bottom, as you can see, of each of the pieces, because I wanted them to kind of be connected, like as in all of them have the same format. The writing's at the top, pictures in the middle, and there's a little kind of decoration line at the bottom. This one I really liked. I was struggling with what to do for the mains, because I was like, well, mains are so, like, there's such a variety. So I just decided to do like a nice kind of lid, like as if you're in a gourmet restaurant, they're bringing out some fancy and they're going to lift up the lid and you're like, oh my god. Also for drinks, I love smoothies. I would love to learn to make some cocktails this summer. I think that could be really nice. So I did a little like cocktail glass with a little lime wedge, because I absolutely love limes in my drinks. I've seen on Pinterest loads of cute like recipe journals and stuff, and all of them are like so detailed, and I just think like not everyone will have time to go into such detail. So that's why, well, I didn't, like even doing this alone took me a good few hours to draw out all the ideas, and especially the lettering, that's definitely what slowed me down, but I think it came out nice, so it was worth it. But I think simple is key, and again, you may not want to hand illustrate it, you may just like get pictures offline, online. Like you could even go onto Pinterest and you could probably like, you know, they have a new collage setting. You could collage pictures together if you wanted, or you could do it on Canva, and then you could just print them off and laminate them. So these are all my 8 categories all together. So then next up, I was deciding on the layout, like what was going to be 1 to 8. So I decided to go with bakery, salad, soup, starters, mains, desserts, drinks and sauces. And yeah, I think they come out really nice. I think they look really put together. They're simple, but they're classy, and I think they look really good as the cover. So I have this jumbo Pritt stick glue, and it's so handy. And I literally just used the glue and I glued all of the pages onto the dividers. If I was going back, I think I would maybe get dividers that were like one color, but honestly, I just had these like number dividers in my press. I didn't even know how long. I just saw them and I was like, oh, I'll use them rather than going out and buying new ones. But ideally, I probably would have preferred if they were like one color. I'm not really sure how I feel that they're all different colors, but it's fine. They will still work and do the job because I'm not wasting something if I already have it. And yeah, this was honestly really easy. And I used the like second dividing hole on the side from the top as like a measurement because I wanted them to all obviously be the same side. Didn't rule out the page or anything. I literally just used the hole punches on the side as a divider. So that's what they all look like together. I think they come out quite nice. I'm happy with them. Let me know what you think. So now I'm just filling them all in order. I realized when I was making this that I'd need to make a table of contents. So that's what I'm going to do next. I sketched out kind of a quick idea, and again, I went in with my gouache paint and I just wrote it out. This took way longer than you would think to write it out, but again, I just liked the effect that it had. And yeah, I think I kind of want, again, I want my recipes to be based around kind of like people coming together and enjoying nice moments. So I drew a nice little table with flowers and candles and a bottle of wine, and I love tablecloths. So I drew this like nice long tablecloth. Again, there's not much detail, but I just think it looks quite nice. And these like garden chairs, I'm just imagining we're somewhere warm outside, not in Ireland, not in the cold, not in the rain, just somewhere like classy where we're eating really good food. And yeah, I literally just used my Uniball pen. I love these pens. And I underlined all of the headings. I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but I like the side lines. I don't really know what to call them, but I think it came out nice. So this is a chocolate brownie recipe that I've already illustrated, and I just laminated it. And I'm very glad I did laminate it, and I was so nervous doing it because I was like, oh my god, what if the laminator like breaks down in the middle of it? But it was fine. So then I marked out the hole punch, the holes, and punched it, and this was really good. I was able to line it up with the dividers that I have so that it fit properly, and I put this in my dessert category. I now need to go and make more recipes. So this is a final look at what I've done. So I laminated the table of contents as well. I think it came out really nice. And then I just have all my different categories. So as I said, I literally just need to go and illustrate my recipes now. So stay tuned for my next video in this series, because I will probably show you how I come up with the drawings and the layout for the illustrations of my recipes. Because I think I think they come out pretty nice. I like the chocolate brownie one. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this, and I think it's very functional, and I think it'll last long term, which is what I want. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon in my next video.